Hello and welcome. This is Iron Raven back again here to discuss Zack Snyder's Justice League and why I am hyped for this film. Now, I did do a previous video discussing this a little bit, and I basically say that I am not a fan of the whole Zack Snyder DCEU. Now, of course, it has its fans, or else we probably would not be here as we are now. From the start, Man of Steel, it just like many, it just did not click with me. Probably because I felt like they were probably just trying too hard on the whole grandiose, epic feel, but it just had so much kind of dwelling nature to it that you felt like, yeah, I'm not asking for an Avengers. I'm not asking you have to be doing physical comedy and doing all kinds of friggin' jokes. And no, I'm not asking for that. No, but I felt like it needed some levity that it was just lacking, especially for a character like Superman. Now, Batman, on the other hand, of course, that's a different story. You can go as dark as you want to with that guy, and it's perfectly fitting. But with Superman, again, I know, of course, various comics, various stories to be told. But just with that, I feel like I needed a little bit more sense of, just a little bit of that old school Christopher Reeve charm, just a little bit more, because I felt like hardly, if you go back and watch it, it's like I feel like no one is really happy in this movie. You just get that sense, Some maybe just say I'm talking out of my ass, but that's just how I feel. But a lot of people feel that way. I mean, that's the thing. You can say that about Zack Snyder, is that his films are very divisive when it comes to his comic book properties. Watchmen, I actually enjoyed Watchmen. Now, that was before I really knew anything about the comics. There have been periods of my life where certain films or certain adaptations would be coming out, and I would just then start to kind of discover what it's all about. So I would go back and look at other stuff beforehand. So I read the Watchmen comic beforehand. I finished it just as it was about to come out. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and then I saw the movie. I'm like, this feels comic accurate. And then a lot of people were saying they didn't like it. I was like, but I felt like it does so many things right. I don't know, but again, it's just one of those things where people are just so split on how to feel about it, and Man of Steel is very much that. Yeah, it just did not work for me that much. I plan on watching it again very soon. They kind of see if anything has changed, especially going into this film here. Now with Batman v Superman, that was that was a whole other experience because I saw it on a Saturday showing. I went to go see it in IMAX, and coming off of Man of Steel, knowing how critical many were, I was going in thinking, okay, Zack Snyder, he's going to bring it back around. He's going to fix his mistakes, especially with all that destruction. That was a whole big thing, and they worked it into the plot of BVS. And you start watching that film, you're like, wow, this is definitely starting off right. And you're just getting into it. You got Ben Affleck back in it, which I will say, I was a Ben Affleck defender. I felt like he had definitely proven himself ever since Daredevil to be a very competent actor and director. So the fact that he was willing to jump on board, and the fact that he had been proving himself, that I was on board with him, and I was rooting for him to be Batman. I was not against him whatsoever. Same thing with Gal Gadot. I absolutely like Gal Gadot. I know really the only thing she was known for at the time was Fast and Furious, and a lot of people gave her crap. And I was there. I was like, you know what? I think she can pull it off, and she damn sure did. And I do believe, for my opinion, that Ben Affleck did as well. I just didn't think he got that fair of a shake when it came to the other Justice League for the most part. And considering he was only really about half of what screen time was needed for these characters in BVS. But I did feel that even though walking away from that one, overall disappointed. Again, I was just kind of bored through it. I felt like he was actually a bright spot, and for what little bit you did get of Wonder Woman in that film. But another aspect I clearly did not enjoy was Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Now, I did see the image beforehand that was black and white of him being bald, and I was like, okay, well, maybe they can do something here. and then when you go and see the film, you're just, what is this? Like, I could not, I just could not do it. I could not go along with this Lex Luthor. That was definitely a misstep. Where all the other casting in place was pretty much spot on, Lex Luthor, I just could not do it at all. I can't do it. Not with Jesse Eisenberg. I damn sure can't. A lot of people are talking about like a Bryan Cranston, be like, oh, you're just typecasting him as another bald villain. I don't give a damn. Okay, you can get Bryan Cranston in there as Lex friggin' Luthor, then you damn sure should do that if you can. I just felt like, knowing the caliber of actor that he is, along with everyone else, I feel like that would have been a better choice. But hey, I mean, it was not mine to make. And so yeah, it's just decisions like that where I could not get along with it. And of course the ending with whatever that was, just certain things where I felt like they're just doing too much, and it just does not resonate with me. It just does not. I've tried, but it just hasn't worked. Now, to be fair, I still have not seen the Ultimate Edition. I do plan on watching that for myself soon enough. But as far as the theatrical release, of course, it just, again, did not work for me at all. Now, of course, Wonder Woman, she got her own film. That worked out pretty well. It was very much like the Captain America of the DCEU. But now it seems like they're screwing that up with Wonder Woman 84. And I didn't watch it, but everything I've seen, everything I've heard, not very promising. So I don't think I'll be bothering with that. So we arrive to here, Zack Snyder's Justice League. After completely destroying his vision with Joss Whedon involved, I said at the time, that film did the very bare minimum of what it needed to do to be entertaining. You can have some fun with it. Technically, you could do that, but that was just bottom of the barrel, bare bones. Just what the hell is this? It really was Avengers ripoff. It does not work in the slightest. It absolutely does not. Now with that, Jason Momoa as Aquaman. Now, at first, when I saw him becoming Aquaman, I saw like all the shots in the trailers and the images, I felt like, are they trying too hard to like make him cool and to make him edgy, considering Aquaman's reputation as just like, oh yeah, he's just that asshole that swims around in water and talks to fish? Are they just trying too hard to just make him like the beer chugging, just ripped and just just ass kicking guy? Are they trying too hard? Will it work? Sure enough, it actually did. Again, a bright spot of Justice League, knowing that was the first time we actually saw him there. I felt that he did work. And of course, Aquaman, his solo film, James Wan did that, which I'm a fan of. Again, worked better than it probably should have. You probably would have thought it would have, but it worked. Although, again, going back around to bad casting, in my opinion, Ezra Miller as Flash, from the start, not a fan. I don't like this guy at all. He just does nothing for me. I saw what they were trying to do with his Flash, but again, that was just a misstep. Where everyone else is spot on. Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa. Ezra Miller just does not work for me. Cyborg, on the other hand, you don't really get enough, honestly, from that initial Justice League film to really kind of get a sense of like, okay, well, does he really work? Does he not? Is he replaceable? For me, again, up until this point, I felt like he's potentially replaceable. They probably could have gotten someone better, someone more prominent, something, just something to add more to that. But as far as like those two particular, like, okay, this kind of like, whatever. I mean, he did fine, but Ezra Miller, again, I'm not a fan. And of course, he has to be a part of this one, so I can't really do much about that, or I'm not going to let that ruin the experience, just depending on however this thing turns out. But yeah, Ezra Miller, that is the one downside of the team. I feel like it just, you could do it without. But yeah, Zack Snyder's Justice League, knowing how so many people, even though I'm not a fan personally overall of the whole thing, knowing that so many people were just talking shit, telling fans that what they knew to be true didn't matter, and that this film did not exist, and that Zack Snyder was just saying all kinds of crap about him. And I'm like, nah, nah. The fans won this one in the end. For all you hardcore DCEU fans, I'm happy for you, and I'm happy to be right there along with you with this thing. How I'm gonna feel about it in the end, for a 4-hour cut of this Justice League. I mean, everything I've seen, again, promising, but I've been burnt before. At least, you know, what I would probably come to expect from these things. I just didn't feel like I got that much. But in the end, this is a win for fans everywhere, and I am absolutely hyped to have this come out, not just for us, but for Zack Snyder himself. He deserves to have this. He does seem like a great guy in general. I would never knock him personally whatsoever. If I ever have a chance to work with that man, then I would definitely jump on that opportunity, because he does seem like all around, though, a great director to work with. And that, I mean, you can't really hate the guy. You just cannot. And I, again, very happy for him. Very happy for the fans. I'm looking forward to this again because the hype is real. And to all the assholes out there who just this is a big middle finger to you, to say the least. And anyway, again, I'm rambling, but it's just giving my overall thoughts leading up to this, everything I felt leading up to it, casting, the way the films have resonated with me, and why this film matters, and that it's gonna be an interesting one when this drops. I expect the internet to completely lose its damn mind, but there will be more to talk about soon enough, in less than 2 weeks. Thank you very much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you would. I would greatly appreciate that. More videos like this to come. And yeah, that'll do it. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.